Everybody, welcome to Virtual STEM Club Magic Spinning Pen. I'm Sandy, and today we're going to take a pen and some dowels and some magnets and create some fun and see if we can make it spin. You should have already picked up your take and make bag, and we will now go over the contents of the bag. In your take and make bag, you're going to find a piece of cardboard with a template drawn out, a piece of molding clay, 4 magnets stuck together, 3 dowels, and a pen. You will need a pair of scissors from your house in order to cut out your template and poke some holes in that template. And now we're going to go ahead and start our project. All right, so the first thing we will do with our project is cut this little template out. So take your scissors and cut that out. It doesn't have to be exactly round. It doesn't have to be exactly on the line. If you go a little bit outside of the line, that's okay. So just keep cutting until you get the template cut out. That. And so save this piece of cardboard for the next step. But once you get the bigger circle cut out, you want to cut your inside circle out. And if you need help poking a hole to get that started, you can ask a parent or an older sibling. So just really carefully take your scissors and poke a hole on the next line to get that started. And if you need to use the sharper side of your scissors, the pointier side, you can do that. Maybe. Just be really, really careful so you don't cut yourself. And once you get it through, just take and cut along that line. And again, this doesn't have to be exactly round. This is just to hold our magnets into place. All right, so once we've got that part done, you can get rid of this piece if you want. Set it off to the side or throw it away, put it in your recycling. After we've got our circle all cut out, you're going to use your scissors for one more step. You're going to put holes in it in kind of a triangle shape. You're going to put 3 holes in this cardboard. And don't make them too big. You want to be able to slide your dowel through them. So again, take your pointy ends of your scissors, and if you need help from a parent or somebody else in the house, you can do that. Just be really careful, and you just poke a hole. Just get it started like that. And then you're gonna put 2 more, and kind of, when you're done, they'll be kind of triangle shape, and you want them evenly spaced for our project to work. So just again, poke a hole kind of in the center of the template carefully so you don't cut yourself. And then kind of measure it out and make sure it's as even as possible. All right, like that. So you can see there's 3 holes in the cardboard. And the next thing we want to do is take one of our dowels and stick it through the hole and continue until you've got all 3 of your dowels through your cardboard. And with the pen, the dowel. So there, we've got all 3 of our dowels stuck through our template. The next thing you will want to do is cut a square of cardboard from your piece of box board that you had. And it doesn't have to be super big, but big enough for your dowels to sit on. So just take your scissors and cut a square, kind of like this. And we can set that aside and your scissors aside. Once you get your square cut, open your package of modeling clay and take a little piece like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to secure the bottoms of the dowels to this piece of cardboard. So kind of stick it in, push it down. I don't know if you can see that till the dowel, till you can feel the dowel at the bottom, and just push your clay like that. And repeat that with the other two dowels. And so you've got them standing up nice and straight. And if it kind of wiggles when you put the other clay in, that's okay. Just straighten it up and reattach everything and press it down. Make sure the clay is holding your dowels. All right, so that's that part of it. Our next step will be using the magnets, and you'll need to pull the magnets apart, and they stick together really, really hard. And I want you to be careful when you're pulling the magnets apart, because if they snap back together and you have your fingers in the way, it'll pinch your fingers. So just use your strength, but be careful and keep your fingers out of the way. So just pull all 4 magnets apart. And then what we need to do is we need to make sure before we place the magnets on top of the dowels that we've got the magnets facing the right way. You want to make sure that they repel each other, that they're pushing each other away, not that they're attracting each other like that. So take every magnet and make sure it's pushing. Make sure that you're like that. All right, so the next step is going to take a little bit of the clay and stick it on the back side of your dowel, or dowel, not the dowel, the magnet. Kind of smush it around, and then stick this over the dowel. And the clay is going to hold the dowel into place on the piece of cardboard, like this. And again, your project may wiggle a little bit, but that's okay. And repeat that with the other 2 magnets. Kind of smash the clay on the bottom, and then put it over the dowel. And then take any that comes through and sticks to the top of the dowel and put it like that to hold it in place. And one last time, putting the clay on the back side of the magnet, pushing it on top through the dowel, and smushing it in so that it's kind of sitting on our template. And that's what it should look like. All right. So again, we're going to take the magnet, and you're going to take your pen, take the cap off of it, and you're going to put your magnet on your pen And you're going to want to have it right about the same level as the magnets on the template. And then we're going to take a piece of clay and we're going to stick it on the underside like this to hold it in place. Okay, so however much you feel comfortable with to keep it in place, and try to keep stuff as level as possible. And just so that, just make sure it's not like this. Make sure it's kind of like level. And stick your clay there. All right, so now here comes our experiment. We've got our magnets attached to our template, and then we've got a magnet to the pen. We're going to take the pen and put it inside the circle, and we're going to see if we can get it to spin. It should push against the other magnets and it should spin. And we may have to make adjustments, but let's see what'll happen. Here we go. Okay, like that, but if everything is, because you can kind of feel it, see how it pulls to the magnets. All right, so that is our experiment. You want to see how long you can keep that going. That's the general premise of this experiment. If you think that your magnet is too high and it's causing your pen to tip over, you can scooch everything down on your template and see if that works. You can also take like the back side of your box that you cut out and see if that's smoother than the cardboard, and see if your pen will spin any better that way. Whoops, my finger was in the way. Another thing you could try, if it's not working like you think it should, you can take your magnet off your pen, flip it over, and see what happens there. So we'll flip our magnet over, get it at the right height, and see what happens with it flipped over. See if it spins any better that way. We've got it the right height, then got it level. Make sure everything's stuck down. And we'll see if it'll spin. See, now it wants to stick even more when we turn the magnet that way. But it seems to be staying upright better. So let's try scooching it down just a little bit. See what happens. Oops. Oh, and that may be too close. Yep, that's going to be too close. So maybe we need to scooch it up just a little bit more. All right. So just keep making adjustments until you can get your pen to keep spinning and spinning and spinning. Thanks for joining us today for Virtual STEM Club Magic Spinning Pen. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you were able to get your pen to spin. I would love to see any video or pictures that you have of you doing this project, so please share them at the email address on the screen, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!